Hey everyone, I just wanted to show the production version that's finally ready to go here of the what I was calling before the RC10M. I've decided to call it the B1M to go kind of with Associated's current way that they call their cars, but B1 obviously referring to the original RC10. Associated never called it that. They kind of started using the B name when they started with the B2. So to me at least, it makes sense that the original RC10 would be the B1, and so therefore this becomes the B1M. Anyway, name aside, this is the full production version that you see here. The car that I showed in previous videos had some prototype parts, some of which I printed on my own, and then I had a motor plate that I had machined in my own shop here by hand. So this one's got all the final production parts. So when I make this thing available, which I should be doing literally any day now, I've got all the parts ready to go. This is exactly what the parts will be. So so what hasn't been seen before is the motor plate. You can see here, and I'll show you one off the car here in a minute. So this is CNC machined from 1/8 inch thick aluminum, and then it's polished, tumble polished to give it a nice finish. And you can see here I've got the adapter on the back of the shock tower that provides mounting for the body with the body post in the stock location, and it also accommodates a couple wing tubes. I think the earlier version that I showed, I still had B5M wing mounts on there, which you can actually still use if you want. The shock tower has holes in it that can line up with that B5M wing mounts, but then you don't really have any way to mount a body post like you see here. So the nice thing about this is it puts the body post in the same location as the stock one. So if you have a body that was already trimmed for a regular RC10, then it should fit right on this one, and the wing tubes and the body post should be in the correct location. I think I might have mentioned this on another video. And then the other thing that we got here in this kit is, which I think I also showed before, but it's the rear chassis brace. So again, it uses a couple tubes that are look a lot like the tubes that are on the front of a stock RC10. It picks up the existing holes in the back of the chassis, and then it's got this piece here that mounts kind of on the top of the transmission and also on the bulkhead to tie everything together. The other thing that I did on this particular one was I wanted to check the clearance with the stock Stealth slipper setup that you see here, the original style, and it does clear this. There's not a lot of room in there, but and it probably actually looks like it's touching that nut down there, but it actually does clear that. So no problem there. But I wanted to make sure that somebody could use the original slipper setup if they didn't want to use like the V2 setup from a later car. So that's about it for what I wanted to show for the assembly on the car. So then I just wanted to show the individual parts real quick as they're going to come in the kit. Excuse me. So first is the transmission case. This is how it comes. As printed from Shapeways, they're attached together with these little posts so that they stay as a single piece. Obviously that gets cut off, and then the transmission is assembled just like you would normal Stealth transmission, with the exception of having the accommodation here for an additional idler gear. So the other thing that I'm going to make available when I sell this as a kit is I'll actually include in the kit an additional idler gear and the bearings to go with it. That way you don't have to necessarily go out and source these yourself. It'll just come when you buy the kit, so that you don't have to try and scrounge around for these parts. So that's those things there, and then the bulkhead. I think you've seen it before, probably. This is the production part here. What I did on this one too, relative to the previous version, is I actually added another hole in the back here that has the same mounting location for the rear camber links as the World's re-release car. So these are the ones that that would be basically underneath the wing tubes that was used on some generations of RC10s. The ones that I've been running on the prototype car are actually these outer ones here that give you a little bit shorter camber link, and I think that probably helps the car handle a little bit better. But if somebody's building one of these with like a World re-release car, they've probably got the World re-release using the position that's right under the wing tubes here. So that way those camber links would work without having to shorten them or anything. But again, I think the car probably handles better with the shorter ones, but that's for people to play around with and decide on their own. And then I mentioned before this piece right here that takes the wing tubes here and then the body post here. This is actually countersunk. It's probably hard to see on the video, but it's countersunk for the 100-degree head 832 that you would screw into the bottom of the body post. So it actually fits a lot better than the stock chassis or stock transmission braces that are just basically flat on the bottom, at least most of them that I've seen. So the screw head goes in there real nicely and gives it a real nice clean look. And then again, the holes for the wing tubes. The motor plate, I mentioned it earlier. Here it is, CNC machined, and it's got a nice shiny finish from being tumble polished. Again, this is 1/8 inch aluminum plate here. And then the shock tower itself, I should mention, is going to be available in either black or the sort of natural finish. So depending on what your front tower is or what kind of look you're going for, you can choose which one of these you want in the kit here. And these are CNC machined by another company. Basically then the rear chassis brace here, you've got this little adapter piece here, and then the tubes. So what I'm calling the deluxe kit will also come with these. And then just the last detail I forgot to mention earlier are the little spacers that go between the transmission and the motor plate. These are actually slightly different than the ones on a stealth transmission. They're actually a little shorter in height, and you only end up using 3 of them, but I went ahead and included a 4th just in case somebody were to lose one. And then it also has got the little cap here that plugs the one open hole on the transmission. So that's it. I will be making this available for anybody who wants to build one of these probably within the next day or two. So thanks for watching.